Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, the presenter here at BOTB, where we're here this morning to do the first ever judging of the brand new Midweek car competition, which ran from the 14th to the 20th of May 2020. I'd now like to pass over to Alex Brooks from Onside Law, who will oversee the proceedings this morning.
Thanks very much, Christian. My name's Alex Brooks from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges. First up, it's Alain Goma.
Good morning, Alex. My name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional footballer, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
Thanks, Alain. If you could now use the secure link provided and mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be, and then talk us through your decision.
We got two players in the shots. It looks like the ball is slightly in the foreground, coming down to the player with the blue shirts. I think he's gonna head the ball. You can see his neck is quite tense. He's ready to hit it hard probably. Play on the right hand side. I think he's looking slightly. He's looking on his side. Slightly on his back. I think he was probably late for the challenge, and he looks like he was trying to disturb the player in blue, not having a clear header. So based on that, I think the player in blue is looking slightly up. Player in right on the right hand side in black, I think is looking on the side. So using both eye lines, I decided the center of the ball was where I put my cross.
Thanks, Alain. We'll come back to you at the end for the panel decision. Next up, it's Peter Giorgio.
My name's Peter Giorgio. I'm a futsal and football referee. Yeah, we've got two players in shot. One with the light blue on the left, and the other player in dark blue. In this instance, the player on the left looks like he's favourite for the ball. He's up above the guy in the dark blue, very much focused, looking at his neck muscles, just about to, the ball's coming into him, I do believe, and he's very much focused on the ball there, giving the guy a bit of a shove in the back, the guy who's in the dark blue. Looking at the guy in dark blue, his eyes, his head, the ball's going over his head, and you can see from his eyes that it's definitely going past over him, and he's not favourite for actually heading the ball, getting to the ball. So where I've cross-referenced their eye lines and the direction of their head, their angles, and also in taking a lot of guidance from the guy in blue on the left-hand side as he's favourite for the ball.
Next up, it's Leo Donnellan.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient. Yeah, there's two players in shot. Both players have got a good sight of the ball. The player in front, he's looking up, but he's tilted a little bit sort of to his side. I don't think he's going to win this header. I think he's too low down. I think the player behind him, he looks the dominant player to me. He's got a good sight of the ball. He's above the other player, so I believe he's going to quite comfortably win this header. He's quite focused. If you look at his neck and his shoulders, I believe he's just going to come through this player, and as I said, because he's above him, he's going to win the header. The player in front, I just don't think he's going to win the header. So predominantly looking at the player in blue and all his body language, with both sets of eye lines from each player, that's why I decided to put my cross there.
Next up, it's Andy Braithwaite.
Good morning. I'm Andy Braithwaite. I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer. I believe that the guy he's got his eyes fixed firmly on the ball. He's looking to me slightly to his left. His head is slightly craned, as if he's going to sort of flip backwards to head the ball. His eyes literally just, he's looking upwards, but to me, slightly to his left, slightly, ever so slightly. The guy who's predominantly above looks like he's coming to power header through. He's got a fixed gaze, straight the way through here. I believe that the ball is coming in at an angle and he is about to power through that. And that's why I've literally placed the centre of my ball directly where these two guys are. It is quite close, as say by his fixed neck muscles, etc. Again, as I say, he's going to power through it. And he's literally pushing through the back of this guy here, who's got his eyes fixed firmly on the ball.
Next up, Ari Mendonca.
Hi, my name is Ari Mendonca. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee. Yes, we have two players over here. I think I felt that the player in the dark shirt, he's not completely settled on his position. He's looking on the corner of his eyes. He's looking up, and I feel that the ball is in between these two players. The player in advantage position is definitely the player in blue. He's looking almost in the right, in the direct line. I crossed both eye lines and decided that the center of the ball should be over here.
And finally, Kieran Fitzgibbon.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and now a senior county referee. Okay, we've got two players in shot here. Player in black is looking upwards towards the ball. Player in blue is coming in to challenge the player in black. I think he's already making contact with him. He's looking to try and make the header. I think both players have got their eyes firmly fixed on the ball. I think the ball is out in front of the player in blue, but he's attacking it and it's coming in at a little bit of pace. And taking the eye lines from both players, I've placed my cross where I think the ball is.
Thanks, judges. Alan, as the main judge, could you now come to a panel decision with the other 5 judges? And for your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 6 individual selections.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Actually, it's quite spread this morning. We've got a cluster of 3 crosses here. Then we've got, Leo, who is a bit higher, and Kieran slightly on the right, and myself, on the left-hand side. Let's draw a few lines to start with. So from his eye. It's quite wide. We can't see much from his left eye, so I will, forget this one. Yeah, that's a bit narrow on this plan. Okay, so
Alan, can you put the one at the eye you left out? Can you put that one in as well? The lines for that as well.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay. Now, I thought personally that the player in blue is about to head the ball. The ball is coming down to him, and the player on the right hand side has he has no chance. I think he's a bit late on the challenge, and he's looking at the ball and he's trying to put his body across, to disturb the player in blue, and. Based on his, I'm a bit, further on the left compared to all of you. It was based on his right eye. You can see the pupil is on the corner of the eye. That's why I went a bit on the right. Yeah, no, looking at it, we've got, Leo, is a bit, higher than all of us. I think most of us were on the same line. Leo is a bit higher than us. Leo, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm like you, Alan. I believe the player in blue is going to win the challenge. He's above the other player, so the other player's not going to head the ball. I just felt the player in blue. Look, I think he looks quite high to me. His eye line for me, I thought he's looking in that direction, obviously, where I put my cross. And I believe the ball's sort of coming down. Yeah, it's coming in, but also coming down a bit. And I just think he's going to meet the ball as it comes in. But like you, I believe he's going to win this header comfortably. So.
Okay, fine. Kieran, you are outside of the cluster also.
Yeah, I think I went a little bit further right than the three main ones, only because I felt that both players were going for, a bit like you, I think the player in blue is going to win the ball. I think that bottom line is the line that the ball is, he's looking on is where the ball is. And I just felt the ball they weren't quite tense in the faces, ready to play the ball. So I thought he was going to come in, make the challenge. I wonder whether the player in black is going to try and jump up towards the ball. I couldn't quite tell from his position. And I went probably a little bit too far right. I probably would be happy where the cluster is. I think that's probably somewhere between my ball and the cluster is where the ball is, I think.
Okay, fine. All right. Peter, I think, you are close to the average, in the middle of the cluster. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with everyone at the moment in regards to the guy in blue in the left-hand side. I actually think he's going through the back of the player. He's already, I think he's already at the top of his jump, but he's coming across now to meet the ball. So yeah, he's almost at the top of his, but he's coming in at an angle. So that's why I think it was where I put it there, just above the head of the guy in dark blue, rather than where Leo and Kieran are for heading the ball. So that's why I placed it there.
Okay. Andy, did you also think that the player in blue is going to head the ball?
Thanks, Alan. Yes, I do feel the guy in blues is favourite to power through the ball. Although looking at the picture again now, just slightly changed. I think the guy below him is his feet planted firmly on the ground, backing into him. I don't think the guy in blue is actually off the ground yet, but basically just one of those ones where he's been held off. The guy is stooping, leaning into him, but the guy on the left in blue, fixed eyes. The reason I've got my line there is I just feel he's fixed. Ball's coming in at that angle, and he's just going to head it dead straight. Again, we're all slightly in different positions, all for valid reasons. But I just feel that the guy who's in the picture slightly lower down, his angle, his head's twisted, he's angling slightly back, looking at the ball, though almost directly up, but just literally slightly to the left, where I've sort of placed the center of my ball.
Okay. Ari, you're part of the cluster also. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel as well the player in blue is the one who's gonna get this ball. The player in with the black shirt he's not gonna get to this one. He might have gotten there late, but he's looking. I felt that he's looking almost straight up. He's looking in the corner of his eyes. He's looking straight up, and he's trying to prevent the player in blue to get to this ball in his best conditions. And the player in blue, I felt that he's almost looking the same line as your cross, Alan, on the left, then a bit almost horizontal. So that's what was the reason that I decided to put my cross over there.
Okay, thank you, Ari. Yeah, we seem to be, most of us, on the same level in terms of height. Leo, you're a bit higher. Would you be happy to come down slightly?
Yeah, I would do. I still think, that my cross kind of has got a valid reason to be there, because I do think he's looking up a little bit, with his head. But as a consensus, yeah, if you feel I need to come out of this, I would.
Okay, thanks for that. I would be happy personally, to move. Looking at the picture, I think I might have gone a bit too much on the left. I'm happy, to come, across towards the right hand side. So what I'll do, maybe I remove myself and yourself, Leo, and see what it looks like. So we come slightly lower and on the right hand sides. So yeah,
Alan, I wouldn't remove yours, because we have 3 in the middle, and then we have two crosses, one more on the left, which is yours, and Sharon on the right side. So those ones, they balance each other. The one that is not on the same line would be definitely the Leo one. If he was to take, I would only take, but because imagine if you try to take out, you see, I think it's bang on the cluster over there, like that.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I don't know what you guys think about that, but.
So Alan, I think if you take yours out, you'd have to take mine out as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I think where it is now is.
It's the same difference, because it's one's left, one's right, so it doesn't make it does make a difference, but
it would be similar. Yeah,
it's very similar. So
they balance each other.
They do.
That's correct.
Harry's correct on that one.
Okay.
It's just with Leo now, if he's happy with that.
Let's look again. With Leo, we are slightly up. Let's draw a line.
To be honest, it goes a little bit higher up, but it's it will be like that. Just try to put the center of the ball in the middle to see how.
Yeah, I think like that. The cross is in the middle of the cluster.
Yeah.
Try put Leo back in again, and then put the ball over it.
See, I think with my cross that I'm still quite happy with my cross, because I think he's looking quite high. Yeah, it's just what I think. That's how I see it.
It still works, because it's still in the middle of that cluster almost anyway.
Okay.
So
what does everyone think? Is it better, here or here? Based on the play on the left hand side.
Well, Alan, I think it's better a little bit higher, even though it's coming down from my cross. But because I, as I keep saying, I just think the play in blue, to me, he looks like he's looking just
why don't we just move the cross? So I'm happy for it to go slightly higher, but not over to the right.
Okay.
So it's moving across to the right. So along the, I don't know.
So what do you mean? Around here?
No, to the left.
Yeah.
It's moved the cross. It's moved the cross over to the right.
To the right, you mean?
With Leo's in, it's moved it over to the. It's moved it up and also moved it to the right.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind it going higher, but not closer over to the right hand side. That's my view.
What you mean is, Peter, you want to move the cross to the left a bit?
Yes. Not the fact that because my cross is there. I just think I just feel it might balance it out better.
I think the best representation is the one without the cross of Leo.
I think I do agree with Ari. You know, looking at his eye, I don't think, you know, personally, I don't think he's looking that high.
I don't think so as well.
Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
Peter, I think that what you're suggesting is basically, if we had the centre of the ball, say roughly at the top of your cross, at the top of the green cross, that would be slightly higher than where
or even just to the left of it slightly.
Yeah, but slightly up from where it is there, because as you said, taking into consideration
like that, but
Leo's height as well.
So bring it up.
So on that, yeah, because we don't have to go onto the centre of the white asset somewhere.
So slightly up, you think?
But
So
like that,
like that.
Leo, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the average with the cluster that it's in, that I quite like it going up a little bit, because, as I said, I just think if you look at his head, I think his forehead, depends what angle the ball's coming in, but I think there's a good possibility that the ball could be higher.
It's just taken into account your view as well, you see.
Okay, maybe we can compromise. What about if we put the cross around here, which is between, having Leo in and having Leo out?
yeah, it could be. It's okay.
So let's put the ball here.
I mean, that does work, doesn't it? I mean,
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good, personally.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. If everybody else is.
Is everyone happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well.
Okay, good.
Okay, so is everybody happy with that then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Alan, if you could now please hit submit. And the coordinates selected are 1775544. These coordinates will now be passed to Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.